Hello there and a warm welcome to Superscreen's Wicked News, broadcasting to you live from Lagos, Southwest Nigeria. I am Adenike, Owoeye, Ajiboye. Houses in Lagos State under the aegis of Ariwas and Lagos State have thrown their weight behind the All Progressives Congress APC gubernatorial candidate in Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The houses today paid a courtesy visit to the Ojora of Ijora Kingdom, Oba Fatai Aromire, to make known their rationale behind their decision. Speaking to Superscreen News, the House leaders say the APC as a party has been performing well in the state, so they are left with no other choice but to throw their weight behind the APC gubernatorial candidate.
I believe Owoye and others, Northern has believed more than 5 to 6 million. And I believe many of us registered. And also, all our vote going to APC sack, nobody is going to Okana.
Where I was Lagos State, I didn't see governor invite Hausa people to go at KBC Palace. Gather ourselves. So many people for many years we didn't see ourselves. Today we see ourselves, and then we know that we are all APC candidates. However, for my own area, we have 1,700 and something thousand, but I cannot know the number. Where I get the BBC today, and all we are here today because of Governor Sanwo-Olu, next governor in Lagos State. Most of us are Okada riders, marketers, some other things doing. But we pray that this coming governor will assist us to get a better life.
We expect that as we score the president, we want to score this governor of Lagos State as a nuclear concern. He's a good man in character, and we respect him. The way that he has attended the nuclear people, he attended the way that we hear the way that he's talking to us is a good manner. We know that it's a good.
Responding, His Royal Majesty Oba Aromire lauded their decision, urging them to conduct themselves peacefully before, during, and after the elections in the state.
As a royal father, I have to call people living under me, both Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo, about this election. I want it to be peaceful. Election is something. You can't force somebody to do something. But I've talked to them. The only thing we need is peace. And they need to know, they have agreed that there will be peace through election.
And now moving on, the Accord Party has rejected the Federal High Court judgment declaring the former chairman of the party, Precious Barido, as its governorship candidate in Rivers. The national chairman of the party, Mohammed Naledo, who made the party's position known while briefing newsmen in Abuja, said Barido never indicated interest in contesting for the governorship position, and neither did he participate in the primaries. According to him, the party never at any time submitted his name or particulars to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, as its candidates.
We affirm that Chief Dumolulu Briggs remains our validly nominated candidate. Mr. Precious Barido is an impostor, working in collusion with the PDP and its gubernatorial candidates because they are afraid of our popularity in Rivers State. Chief Barrister Lulu Briggs is the rightful candidate of our party, having met all the necessary requirements of the party and the Independent National Electoral Commission to contest for the 2019 general gubernatorial elections in Rivers State. We therefore urge all our members and the general public in Rivers to go out en masse and vote on election day for our candidate Chief Barrister Dumolulu Briggs on the 9th of March 2019 as the only recognized candidate of our great party Accord.
Now, the Nigerian army says its activities in the just concluded presidential and National Assembly polls were within the ambit of the law and rules of engagement. Army spokesman Colonel Sergeant Musa, who reacted to allegations of partisanship, coercion, and shooting of voters in some areas across the country during the election, said soldiers deployed on duty were professional and proactive in their conduct. Musa also said that election monitors had commended the army for its role while the exercise lasted. Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano has sworn in Honorable Justice Ijem Onwa-Magbu as the first female chief judge in the state. Justice Onwa-Magbu took an oath of office, and it follows the voluntary retirement of the former chief judge, Justice Peter Umedi. Obiano, while inaugurating the CJ at the government house in Oka, pledged the support of his administration to enable her to deliver a justice effectively. On our part, Justice Onwa-Magbu pledged to work in harmony with other arms of government to ensure effective and speedy delivery of justice. The National Youth Service Corps NYSC says members deployed as Independent National Electoral Commission INEC ad hoc staff will not be allowed to work in security or challenged areas in the country. NYSC Director of Press and Public Relations Adenike, who disclosed this to journalists, assured security of Corps members remain a top priority of the scheme. She also said the responsibility of the scheme is to ensure that the Commission carry out to the latter all agreements signed by it. And away from that, the Kaduna state government says it will set up a judicial commission of inquiry into the recurring killings in Kaduru and Kashia local government areas of the state. Governor Nasir El-Rufai discussed this when he visited Maru, Karamai and Salaya communities in the area where 40 persons were killed in an alleged reprisal attack on Tuesday. According to him, the committee will investigate the root causes of the crisis and investigate it. And talking business news, figures obtained from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, shows that Nigeria earned a total of 5.54 trillion naira from oil revenue last year. The 5.54 trillion naira revenue was earned through three major oil revenue sources, and they are crude oil, gas sales, petroleum profit tax, royalties, and others. A breakdown of the 5.4 trillion naira oil revenue showed that the sum of 1.28 trillion naira was earned in the first quarter. The figure rose by 11 billion naira in the second quarter to 1.38 trillion naira. In the third quarter, the country also earned a 1.3 trillion naira. You're still watching Superscreen's Weekend News, a news program that will keep you up to speed with the happenings in and around Nigeria. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we'll bring you news that make the headlines during the week. To stay. Many thanks for staying with us. You're still watching Superscreen's Weekend News. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, rejected the outcome of the February 23rd presidential election during the week. Former Vice President, who disclosed this at a press briefing held in Abuja, said the election was not free and fair and was full of many irregularities, while maintaining that he would challenge the outcome in court. Atiku also said if he had lost in a free and fair election, he would have called the winner, President Muhammadu Buhari, within seconds of being aware of the outcome of the exercise.
When I say that the electoral fraud perpetrated by the Buhari administration this past Saturday cannot produce a government of the people for the simple reason that it does not reflect the will of the Nigerian people. My dear Nigerians, it is for this reason that I, Atiku Abubakar, reject the results declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission. Declare Muhammadu Buhari as duly returned by the majority of lawful votes.
And away from that, the Independent National Electoral Commission, Adenike, presented a certificate of return to President Muhammadu Buhari following his re-election. President Buhari was declared the winner of the election in the early hours of Wednesday after he polled a total of 50,191,847 votes to defeat his closest rival and candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, who scored 11,262,978 votes. The president-elect, in his remarks, said all parties involved in the elections should see the victory as a victory for Nigerians while appreciating the citizens for re-electing him as their president. He further assured that his administration will consolidate on securing the country as well as boosting the economy for the benefit of Nigerians.
I wish Mr. Chairman to congratulate all the presidential candidates and their teams on a hard-fought campaign. We may have had different views during the campaign, but the one thing most of us have in common is love of our country and our desire to improve conditions for Nigerians. From the comment of several observers, both local and foreign, it is obvious that the elections were both free and fair. Now that the elections are over and our winner declared, we must all see it as a victory for Nigeria, our dear country. That was why I encouraged my team and supporters in a speech I read earlier today not to gloat. Our God-given victory is enough cause for joy without dragging those who are in the opposition. All Nigerians going forward must stand in brotherhood for a bright and fulfilling future.
National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Oshiomhole, wants President Muhammadu Buhari to order the immediate investigation and prosecution of perpetrators of violence during Saturday's elections. Oshiomhole, who disclosed this in Abuja, also responded to issues raised by the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, in respect to the elections. According to Oshiomhole, election is not name war, condemning violence that rocked Saturday polls, leading to loss of lives.
All those who thought that Saturday was going to be a declaration of war, like I had argued, and I believe many people on my party platform had argued, election is not another word for war. It is a day to celebrate democracy. It is the only day in a democracy in which everybody is equal, rich or poor, illiterate or professor. Everybody is the same. And I'm happy that Nigerians have spoken and they did everything to maintain the peace, in spite of the fact that there were some elements who, in spite of the efforts of the security agencies, conducted themselves in a way that led to violence, and unfortunately, some of our countrymen and women lost their life in the process. Like President Buhari said yesterday, we join him in commiserating with the families of those who lost their life.
He also accused the candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, of beating drums of war over election results that, according to him, have been proven to be consistent by civil societies and some members of the international community.
I believe that what happened last Saturday was a referendum between a man of integrity and a man of doubtful integrity. And Nigerians have resolved the issue satisfactorily, and we believe Nigerians have spoken. They spoke the mind of the people of Nigeria. However, yesterday, the PDP candidate who lost and who was a signatory to peace accord and who went into this race knowing fully well that Nigeria cannot possibly elect two presidents. Only one president will emerge. Having suffered defeat, which I believe he deserved, he went on to say that he rejected the result and adduced a very laughable argument as a basis for his decision.
APC National Chairman Oshiomhole speaking there. The announcement by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, that President Muhammadu Buhari has won the 2019 presidential elections has been generating reactions. A cross-section of Nigerians who spoke to Superscreens in Kiruka, Ibe, in Oshiomhole area of Lagos State expressed varied reactions about President Buhari's victory.
Saturday, February 24, 2019 will remain sacrosanct in the minds of Nigerians as citizens from all walks of life came out in their numbers to exercise their franchise for the presidential and National Assembly elections. To bring the election to its climax, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, announced the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, as the winner, pulling 15,191,847 votes to defeat his opponent of the People's Democratic Party PDP's candidate Atiku Abubakar by a margin of 3.9 million. Superscreen took to the streets of Lagos to know the reactions of Nigerians on the president's re-election for another 4 years. At Oshiomhole, the residents expressed mixed feelings.
We were actually looking at a Nigeria where our decision and should count, should matter. I saw that lots of people traveled to different places where they were registered to vote because they want to make a change. They want to make a statement that we have the power, the right to say we don't want this, we want this. But it's so unfortunate that the result we're seeing, it doesn't really correspond with what we saw in different polling stations. So as a matter of fact, we like somebody's been imposed on us.
I'm very gladdened with the result of the election. It shows that Nigerians know who is really on their side. I mean the masses.
We accept everything, but it's quite unfortunate because the way things are going in the country is at least a little bit bad. We can't say we are getting it right, but we need to get something right because we need to build foundation for our children.
Most Nigerians want it and God has sanctioned it. It is only to say that the incumbent, though is not perfect, but we can see some element of good governance in his ways. Give it or take it, Nigeria will move forward better than before.
Meanwhile, the incumbent President Muhammadu Buhari, in his acceptance speech, said he will continue in his fight against corruption, insecurity, and improving on the economy.
It's very, very much achievable. We know him to be somebody that has zero tolerance for corruption, and he has promised to continue in that line.
He have laid the foundation of the betters. I have the confidence on it that he will do the better.
He will fight corruption for us. He just started. This next level, I hope he will do something good for the masses, especially for the pensioners.
As the Nigerian presidential election of 2019 comes to an end, Nigerians look to the future for a better and improved Nigeria for all. Nkiruka Ibe, Superscreen, TV News.
And now more reactions continue to trail President Muhammadu Buhari and Oshibajo's victory. Superscreen's Oluwatosin Fakayode, who went to Oshodi area of Lagos State, reports that while many are happy, others are sad and were quick to set agenda for President Muhammadu Buhari.
Reaction have continued to trail the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is expected to assume office for another 4 years in May 29, 2019. Speaking with residents of Oshodi, area of Lagos State, they expressed mixed reaction about President's victory.
Word alone is not enough to express what we experienced, or I as a person experienced in last administration. And the worst thing about the past administration was the killings that went to Nigeria all around. His doings are very, very visible. You can see them. You can even at Lagos here, you know, most of the constructions, the bridges and the road, even our bus terminal. No, he has tried. I won't say he hasn't tried, but trust me, as a Nigerian, we are expecting more from him.
In fact, it's nothing to write home about. We didn't receive or get what we expected from his government.
They also speak on the expectation from President Muhammadu Buhari as he appears to take the mantle of leadership again.
He should start with reconciliation. Let him reconcile with all Nigerians. This is a second chance. This is an opportunity for him now to amend for what he has done, for all the whatever that he has done. You understand me? So this time, let him carry everybody along.
For my own observation, I see those people voting in there in the first time. There are those that still voting in again for the second time again. So for my own observation, let them go and rule the country in peacefully, and let them remember that people are feeling hunger. People are feeling hunger. Hunger is killing a lot of people in this nation.
Let him speed up work. Let him try and win the heart of the nation with these 4 years that he has at hand now. Let him try and make sure that he do things properly, fix things.
Worthy of note is that in 2015, when the president won the election, jubilation was evidence among Nigerians. But today, the story is different. At a stand, expectations of Nigerians are high that the president will deliver a better service to the citizen this time. Oluwatosin Fakayode, reporting for Superscreen News.
Meanwhile, residents of Idiaraba in Mushin local government area of Lagos State have expressed happiness towards the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari over his opponent, Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The residents expressed their happiness in an interview with Superscreen's Mudupe Abidoye in Lagos. The report.
Idiaraba is under the Mushin local government area of Lagos State, which is dominated by the Hausas from the northern part of Nigeria. Reacting to President Muhammadu Buhari and Oshibajo's victory, these Hausas expressed happiness, saying his re-election is what they have been waiting for, with belief that it will bring in new development in areas of security, power, infrastructure, and the economy.
This is Idiaraba in Mushin local government area of Lagos State, predominantly dominated by the Hausas from the northern parts of Nigeria. I am here to feel the pulse of the residents on the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari.
I'm happy about this victory, yeah, there's a lot of flops in the first time. A lot of flops, and he tried his best.
I'm so excited about Buhari's victory. And Buhari is the person we want.
This our country needs someone like Buhari. Because as he entered for the first time, we already see so many things that has already changed.
I'm very happy because Buhari is winning this second tenure, because even tried to get in federal scholarship at that first time. But there's something which is just stopping me about the thing. But as this Buhari enter, I'm wishing to go to that bilateral education agreement, because I'm hoping to getting that in again to be successfully. In
setting agenda for the president, they urge him to consolidate on achievements of his first term in office.
I hope the government, Buhari and the present APC government, are going to learn from their mistakes, of the first time, also of a lot of things that were expected that were not met by the people. I hope they are going to look into that, and they're going to do and then cover up for a lot of things that they didn't cover up for the first time.
As he win, all the things when they do before when never complete, and maybe this time he go try make it complete. Then those people when go school when read book, graduate, when not get work, make it try, make they get work.
The thing that happened for the 4 years ago, true to go, we're not happy about that. We are expecting to do good for us.
I just want him to do power, this electrical, like the one way he's doing for Mambila. He should continue to do it. And this roadway is doing this highway from Kano to Abuja, from Abuja to Kano and Kaduna.
In aspect of economy, he will do it. In aspect of security, he will do it. In aspect of power, he will do it. He's a man of integrity.
There are people you want to make it okay for Nigeria. Even security, like road, like this in how you want to any people you want to job for them, yeah. Make people never not get the job. Everybody have the thing want to do Nigeria. Even south, east, north, Nigeria make it okay.
It remains to be seen if their expectations in the president will be met. Modupe Abidoye, Superscreen Television.
Well, that's a package of Superscreen's Wicked News. Many thanks for watching. On behalf of the production team, I'm Adenike Ajiboye. Thank you for watching, and urging you to have a pleasant weekend. It's bye for now.